Maryland made their hire of Buzz Williams, former Texas A&M coach. If you listen to the program,
a good coach.
What's that?
He's a good coach.
If you listen to the program yesterday, I was telling you the whole damn program that it was going to be Buzz. News came out a little after we got off the air officially. We can argue as far as like who has a higher ceiling, and I think I've been pretty clear that I'm like kind of done with relitigating Kevin Willard. He left. He's entitled to leave. I think he handled it poorly. I'm on to Cincinnati, man. I'm just, you know what I am now? I'm a Buzz Williams fan. I'm all in. And B, the one thing I think is worth pointing out in all of this. Yo, Willard's 49.
Okay.
Buzz is 52. I would call them contemporaries. Does that seem fair?
Very much.
Buzz has been a head coach, I believe, 19 seasons. Willard's been a head coach, I believe, 18 seasons.
Okay.
In Willard's 18 seasons, he's been in the Sweet 16 once, and that happened last weekend with Maryland.
All right.
In Buzz's 19 seasons, he's been in the Sweet 16 4 times with Marquette. He's coached at Marquette, Virginia Tech, and now A&M.
I remember him big time from Marquette.
Well, and they went on an Elite 8
They
run.
were always good.
Yeah, they went on an Elite 8 run. One thing that's remarkable to think about is there was a time where somebody would leave Marquette for the Virginia Tech job because they wanted to get in the ACC.
Yeah.
I think now
they'll leave Virginia Tech to go to Marquette.
No, I mean,
now if they were at Marquette and Virginia Tech called, they might hang up on them.
I don't know. But what I know is they've been
Don't be mad at me, Roosters.
They've been coaching just about the same amount of time, and Buzz has significantly more postseason experience. He had an Elite 8 run at Marquette.
Mm-hmm.
He made in Texas A&M, they made the tournament the last 3 seasons. For those that forgot, Willard missed the tournament last year. I think they were under 500. I am not entirely convinced Buzz is better than Willard, but I don't think either one is demonstrably different. I applaud, and I was very clear with my criticisms last week. I applaud President Pines and the leadership over there for getting this done fast, because much of the conversation was, oh my God, they're cooked. Everything's broken. Well, they got a coach, 5 days later?
Yeah.
They're going to have money to spend in the portal.
And they're going to have to support that coach.
Yeah.
Those days of acting like your Ivy League school or whatever has to be done. If you're going to bring in a coach with his resume, you need to support that and push it.
Totally.
You can still go out there and push your academia or how you want to do it, but you better support that coach, because I'm going to tell you, in every school, I don't care where it is, Ivy League or wherever, if you got good sports, people like to go to those schools.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
I do think some of the trouble Willard caused about being a supported coach might end up helping Buzz Williams, because I do know there was some fundraising and some money that got attached to the basketball program.
Mm-hmm.
For the concerns that, Buzz has now coached at Marquette for, call that 6-7 years. Virginia Tech, he was there for 5 seasons. Then A&M for the last 6. He bounces around. Listen,
hey man, he's been there 6 years. Okay, how long was Willard here?
3.
How long was the coach prior to him there?
Probably 5.
Okay, so you haven't kept coaches either. If he stays here 6 years, he's been here longer than your last 2.
Right, dude. The way college sports is currently constituted, every year is brand new. Every year is a new season. So, that's just the way this thing goes.
What you say all the time, and the way the portal and stuff is now, you don't know what you're gonna have. But you always say there are teams in the NFL that sign people early, okay? And when they sign them early, they don't have to worry about them getting all whatever. So if you see your coach doing well, go take care of him. Then he don't have to be looking nowhere.
Well, dude,
and a lot of colleges do that too. Hell, I just saw it's a different sport, but they just locked Dion up.
Yeah,
for 10 years. For 5 years.
5 years on top.
5 years, 50-something million, whatever it is. So you go and when you see somebody doing well, don't wait till the end and then try to they owe you something. No, show them that love,
dude,
and they'll stay around.
Totally. Buzz See, apparently he's a hard-charging type. We're going to talk to Jeff Erman today and get a lot more information on it. But, like, when they hired Willard, I wanted them to hire Pitino, okay? I was on record about that. And the concern was, Pitino might only stick around a couple years. Mm-hmm. Well, Willard only stuck around a couple years.
Yeah.
I think college sports, as it's currently constituted, is such an absolute crapshoot right now that you can't be worried about 5 years from now. Worry about 5 months from now. And
worry about the day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like the Buzz Williams hire. I said this to JP Flame in the hallway, and I think he agreed with me. If you're a young single man, like none of us here, maybe kind of Jeff, but in your younger days, Brian, if you were willing to fist fight a man at a bar over a woman,
I would have never done that.
Okay,
I would fist fight the man, but I ain't fighting him over no woman.
Okay, just allow the analogy. Other people would, right?
He'd fist fight a horse, though.
You would fist fight a horse.
I mean, I'm just saying, my fights were always because of a reason, not that one.
Okay, but lots of people,
yeah,
whatever the reason is, if you're going to get into a fight over something, that something needs to be incredibly valuable.
Oh, hell yeah.
If it's worth fighting for.
Yeah.
I feel like Maryland and Villanova got into a fight for something that's at least results-based, relatively replaceable. Like
in Maryland's mind, yes, but in Villanova's mind, they may be thinking that they're getting something.
They didn't get into a fight over John Shire or the dude at Florida or even Bruce Pearl. Like, Buzz Williams, the dude they were able to hire 4 days later, has a better resume than
That's
Willard.
a better resume, but like it comes down to the person, and like Villanova may be extremely happy and happy, prideful and proud to have who they have. But at this point, you hired a damn good coach, and you move forward. Now
that's where I'm at.
And they may listen. Every time you have a relationship that separates, it's easy to say, point at the other person. It was all their fault. No, you got to look internally and realize what you did wrong and make sure you improve that. That can help the whole relationship.
And I'm hoping that's
Maryland needs to do that as well.
I'm hoping that's what's happening, and I want to applaud the college president for getting involved and getting this done. I recognize they don't have an AD, and everybody's like, who the hell did the hire? The president did, because he recognized this was a problem and he addressed it. So I support that. White Brian, as the dude here that follows college hoops the best, is Willard versus Buzz a demonstrable difference to you?
I would rather have Buzz for my program. He was a thorn in Auburn's side for however many years when he was at Tech or A&M.
How about that? One vote Buzz. Jeffrey, is there a big difference, Buzz to Willard?
I don't know, JP. I only watch it during the tournament.
Appreciate that.
As I say, during basketball season, I pay attention to my school, even though it's a little Division II.
But I think
Jeff had a whole bunch of Maryland pride 2 weeks ago. Am I misremembering that?
Did not see how you got them big ears and don't listen. I said I don't really pay attention to Maryland until the tournament.
Well, some years you're not paying attention. Then
but the thing of it is this, though, Jay. Moving forward, whether Buzz is better or not, he comes in with a better, let's say, resume. But the two entities, Buzz and his support group, are going to have to do better to make sure Maryland overall looks good.
I think Maryland's got to do better.
Yeah,
and it seems like they're going to.
And you hope to see what Buzz has done in other schools. You hope to see it here. But Maryland has to do better. Because, listen, I have been the guy who I got here 30 plus years ago, and I always hear about Maryland. But I always felt like they never, ever supported even when Gary was here, they never, ever supported their teams like they should. They always try to shun, we're not like everybody else. We're more like that school over there. You're not Harvard, dog. Not in that aspect. You may be damn good when it comes down to a lot of your broadcasting stuff and all this, but you're not those Ivy League schools. But you do have entities that can come out here and bring a lot of luster and love to you, but you got to support them too. But every president I've seen, listen, I was knowing about presidents at Maryland just because it was always in the paper.
Yeah.
And if I always hear about your president in the paper, that's not a good thing. Because it was always something negative or something bad going on, wasn't supporting this, trying to do something other than this. It was stupid stuff. So now that has to go away. And I think the people in charge now need to realize that you have a history of stupidity. I'm going to just say it like that. And it's time to break that and move forward. Look, I went to Penn State up here when I was at Lehigh. Went to Penn State. I'm looking at the campus, and I was talking to this professor one day. I said, man, why is it that the academic people always trying to destroy the athletic people? He said, not us. He said, hell, this campus was built by football. And you have been to Penn State?
Yeah.
They have a remarkable campus, building after building, because they had a great athletic program, their football team, and people supported it. And when people leave, they don't come back and say, hey, man, I'm pulling for the math department. They might give them. They love the fact that the athletics bring a lot of pride to the school, and when they are the billionaires, they write those checks because of what was going on there. And yes, they don't just say just give it to the football team; they give it to the school. But you know what sparked it? The athletics.
Well, you know what's changing all that now is the NIL and the collective, because now you're hitting your big boosters up not to build a new team facility or a new engineering building. It is, put that money in this pot so I can pay these kids.
Yeah, but they were doing
that's changing a lot.
They were doing it anyway.
Yeah,
now it's legal.
In short, I'm cool with Buzz. Bring on the I like being buzzed, Landfill. Yeah, print it, make a T-shirt.
Well, many people think you look like it all the time.
Yeah, that was a tough angle of your boy. Still not sure if I'm cool with you, Standig. Just putting that out there.